or categorical data means the data which is having some categories, right? So in association rule, you have to only count the numbers, right? You have to only count the numbers, and you have given certain rules and you have to count something, right? So it is used for observing the frequently occurring patterns, means the item which are most frequently occurring in some patterns. It is also used in correlations, means correlating one item with another item, right? Or it deals with the association that is found in the data sets, right? Which is in relational databases, transactional databases, or in any form of repositories, right? So if we are going in the second slide, there are two parts of association rules, right? So the first part is if part, right? This is if part. Second part is then part, right? So if part is called antecedent, right? So keep in mind, if part is called antecedent and then part is called consequent, right? Now, what is antecedent and what is consequent? Antecedent is something that you found in data, right? Suppose you found bread in the data set, right? Now, what is consequent? The consequent is an item that found in the combination of antecedent. Suppose a customer buys bread and he also buys milk. So what is antecedent here? Antecedent is bread, because it occurs in if part. So if a customer buys bread, then he is 70% likely of buying milk. So milk is consequent here, right? So antecedent is the something found in data, that is bread found in data, right? Consequent is the item that found in a combination with antecedent, that is milk found in the combination with bread, that is called the consequent, right? So it is used by the retail industry for targeting their customers. It is also used for improving the customer service. It also improves the customer revenue, right? So moving on to the next slide. So association rules are created by thoroughly analyzing the data, by looking the frequent if-then patterns. Means you have to look for the frequent items in the transactions, that is bread or milk, bread or egg, bread or butter, right? So these are the frequent if-then patterns, right? So there are three parameters for these association rules. So first one is support, second is confidence, third is lift. You have already learned support and confidence in earlier lecture. What is support? Any one of you, what is support? Anyone?
Sir, frequency of X and Y upon number of transactions.
Frequency of X and Y. I think you have joined the class, right? In the earlier class.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay. So support is how frequently the if-then relationship appears in the database, means the popularity of any items in the database, right? Means the bread is popular in the database, or milk is popular in the database, right? Or butter is popular in the database. So it is the frequency of if-then relationship that appears in the database. Now, second is confidence. Confidence is, what is confidence? It tells you that how many number of times these relationships have to be found true. Means bread goes with butter, right? How much confident are you in this statement, right? So if the confidence percentage is 100%, then the rule is exact, right? The third parameter is lift. What is lift? Lift is when you purchase any item, right? How likely second item is to be purchased, right? But you have to control the item Y. That is how popular item Y is, right? So that is called lift. So there are certain formula. Now, the association rule mining is sometimes referred to as market basket analysis. Why it is called market basket analysis? Because it was the first application area of association rule mining, right? So in association rule, you have to give a user specified minimum support or a user specified minimum confidence. Suppose you are giving 30% minimum support and 60% minimum confidence. So you have to formulate the rule according to the user specified minimum support and user specified minimum confidence. Now going to the formula. So note down this formula in your notebook. So if there is an association rule, that is X implied Y, right? So it may be any rule. For example, X implied Y is a rule. Then the support is calculated by a frequency of X, Y, where X and Y are items, right? Divided by total number of transactions. So N is the total number of transactions, right? So support is given by frequency of X and Y, means the occurrence of X and Y in the combination in each transaction, right? It is called support. Now, second is confidence. Confidence is frequency of X and Y divided by frequency of X, right? Means the item Y goes with X. How much confident are you in that statement, right? It's called confidence. Now, what is lift? Lift is the total support of any rule, right? If you have calculated the support for X implied Y, so it is called the total support, right? Divided by support of X, means the support of individual item, and the support of Y, support of second item, right? That is calculated individually, where X and Y are items, right? We have one more formula for this lift. So if you calculate the confidence, then the lift is calculated by confidence of X implied Y divided by support of Y, right? So write down this formula, right? And we will do one numerical based on this formula, right? So let's start with the numerical. The whiteboard is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose there are 5 items, right? So this is important for examination point of view. Suppose there are 5 items. Items are A, B, C, D, and E, right? So these are 5 items. You can also do along with me, right? Open your notebook and write down these terms, right? And there are 5 transactions, right? Transactions are 5. Now, these are the 5 transactions. So we have first transaction is A, B, C. Second transaction is A, C, D. Third transaction is B, C, D. Then fourth transaction is A, D, E. Fifth transaction is B, C, E. So each transaction we will give a transaction ID, that is T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5. Right. Now, you have to formulate some rules. Means these rules are given in the examination. That the rule are A implied D, right? C implied A, right? A implied C, and B and C implied D, right? Now this is given in the examination, means the items are given in the examinations, right? That A, B, C, D, E are items. There are 5 transactions, A, B, C, A, C, D, B, C, D, A, D, E, B, C, E, right? T1, T2, T3, T4. And these are the rules. A implied D, C implied A implied C, B and C implied D. These are the association rules. Now you have to calculate support, confidence, and lift, right? So how to calculate these support, confidence, and lift? So you have to see the formula, right? So what is the formula for support? Any one of you? What is the formula for support? What is the formula?
Frequency xy upon n, total number of transaction.
Total number of transaction. So that is this formula, right? Frequency of xy divided by total number of transaction. So write down frequency of xy divided by total number of transactions, right? Here, if you see the rule, A implied D, right? So X is replaced by A, right? So you have to calculate frequency of A, and Y is replaced by D divided by total number of transaction. Now, what is the frequency of A and D in the above 5 transaction? What is the frequency of A and D together? Right? So A and D appears in second transaction, right? AD. Okay? A and D appears in fourth transaction, A and D. So you have to count these items. So A and D appears in second transaction and fourth transaction. So frequency of A and D is 2. And what is the total number of transaction? Total number of transaction is 5. Right? So support of A implied D is 2 by 5. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now calculate for C implied A. Calculate support for C implied A. What is the support for C implied A? Frequency of C, comma A divided by total number of transaction. What is the frequency of C and A in the combination? C and A exist in this transaction. C and A exist in second transaction also. C and A exist in only 2, in T1 and T2, right? So 2 by total number of transaction, that is 5. Right? So again, the support of C implied A is 2 by 5. Right? In percentage, what is the value? 40%, I think. 40%. Right? Here, 40%. Okay, so support is 40%. Now, what is the support for A implied C? Again, AC appears in first transaction. The same, the C implied A, right? 2 by 5. Now, what is the support for B and C implied D? So B and C is replaced by, X. So in place of X, put B and C, and in place of Y, put D, right? So frequency of B and C, comma D divided by total number of transaction. What is the frequency of B and C in combination of D? It exists in third transaction, right? So
1.
B, C, D, right? 1. So 1 divided by 5, right? Now calculate the confidence. What is the formula for confidence?
Frequency of x comma y upon frequency of x.
Frequency of first item, right? So if you formulate this in A implied D, so frequency of A comma D divided by frequency of A, right? So frequency of A and D is again 2, which is in the support, divided by frequency of A. So A appears in first transaction, second transaction, fourth. Frequency of A and D is 2, and frequency of A is A appears in first transaction, second transaction, and third transaction. It does not appear in any other transaction. So 2 by 3, right? Now C implied A, frequency of CA, frequency of CA divided by frequency of C. Okay, what is the frequency of CA? CA, the frequency of CA is 2, divided by what is the frequency of C? C appears in first transaction, second transaction, third transaction, and fifth transaction, right? So 4 times C appears in the transaction. So 2 by 4, right? What is the confidence for A implied C? Frequency of A comma C divided by frequency of A, right? So what is the frequency of AC? AC is 2 divided by what is the frequency of A? A appears in first transaction, second transaction, and fourth transaction. So 2 by 3, right? Now calculate for B and C implied D. So frequency of B and C comma D divided by frequency of B and C, right? So frequency of B and C comma D, BCD appears in only one transaction. So 1 divided by frequency of B and C in combination, right? So B and C appears in first transaction, B and C appears in third transaction, right? B and C appears in fifth transaction. तो 1 by 3. ठीक है, यहाँ तक हो गया?
Yes, sir.
Okay. सबका हो गया ना, औरों का हो गया है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will calculate lift. Right? What is the formula for lift? Total transaction, ठीक है? Sorry, total support. Total support divided by support of X into support of Y is the formula for lift. So if you calculate the lift of A implied D, it is, what is the support for A implied D? Total support for A implied D is, what is the support?
2 by 5.
2 by 5. 2 by 5 is the support. What is the support of X? Means support of A, right? X is replaced by A and Y is replaced by D. What is the support of X?
Three by 5.
Support of X means support of A is, what is the support formula? Support of A is frequency of A divided by total number of transaction. What is the frequency of A? A appears in first, second, third transaction. So 3 by 5. Right? Into support of Y. What is support of Y? Means support of D. D appears in for second transaction, third transaction, and fourth. Again 3 by 5. Equals to 2 by 5 divided by 3 3 is 9 divided by 25. If you calculate this, 25 into 2 and 9 into 5 ऐसे ही होता है ना, 25 into 2 divided by 5 into 9. ठीक है, इसको हम अगर कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो 5 5 25, 10 by 9. So 10 by 9 is the lift. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया? क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There is another formula for calculating lift, right? What is the another formula? So this is long formula. There is one short formula.
The confidence of x
confidence of
implied
x
y.
implied y divided by support of y, right? So what is the confidence of x implied y? Means A implied D. That is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 divided by support of y. What is the support of y? Means support of D is 3 by 5. यही है ना? 5 to the 10, 3 3 9. So this is simple formula, right? So you may use the second formula for calculating the values faster, right? This is long formula, support divided by support of x into support of y. And this is short formula, that confidence of A implied D divided by support of y. So this is short formula. So apply this formula, right, for calculating the values faster. Confidence of x implied y divided by support of y. Now calculate for the C implied A. इसको करो calculate C implied A.
5 by 6.
ठीक है, 5 by 6 आ रहा है. Then calculate for A implied C. What is the answer for A implied C? Total support, what is total support? Total support is 2 by 5 divided by support of x, that is support of A. What is the support of A? A occurs 1, 2, 3, 3 by 5 into support of C. C occurs 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 by 5 equals to 2 by 5 divided by 12 by 25 equals to 25 into 2 divided by 5 into 12, that is 5 by 6 again. ठीक है, 5 by 6 आया सबका 5 by 6?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है.
Yes,
Now
sir.
calculate for B and C implied D.
5 by 9.
5 by 9.
5 by 9. Yes, sir.
ठीक है, 5 by 9. The rest of the students, आया आपका आंसर आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ठीक है. So in examination, these things are given. Means items are given. That is A, B, C, D, E. Transactions are given. Right? Rules are given. Right? Maybe rules are changed. So you have to calculate support, confidence and lift according to these rules. यही नहीं कि सेम क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा, रूल चेंज हो सकते हैं. ठीक है, बाकी क्वेश्चन ऐसा ही आएगा. आपको आइटम्स दिएंगे, ठीक है, ट्रांजैक्शंस दिया रहेगा. ठीक है, दैट इज ABC, ACD, BCD, ADE और BCE. ठीक है, और भी ट्रांजैक्शन हो सकते हैं. ठीक है, अब कुछ क्वेश्चन है? कौन है? शहनवाज. ठीक है, क्लियर है? आपको ट्रांजैक्शन दिए रहेंगे, रूल्स थोड़ा मॉडिफाई हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो आपको रूल्स दिए रहेंगे, बट हो सकता है रूल्स में कुछ मॉडिफिकेशन हो. ए इम्प्लाइड डी की जगह ए इम्प्लाइड बी भी हो सकता है, ठीक है, आपके रूल चेंज हो सकते हैं, बाकी आपको ऐसे ही कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा। मीन्स आपको फॉर्मूला याद होना चाहिए, ठीक है। व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर सपोर्ट? सपोर्ट इज frequency of xy divided by total number of transaction. Confidence is frequency of xy divided by frequency of x. Lift is total support divided by support of x into support of y. या confidence of the rule, that is x implied y divided by support of y, ठीक है। ये आपको याद करना है, सिर्फ ये फॉर्मूला याद करोगे तो आपका इजीली कैलकुलेट हो जाए। बट काउंटिंग आप करेक्ट करना, ठीक है, हो सकता है काउंटिंग में आप गड़बड़ करो, ठीक है, काउंटिंग एग्जैक्ट होनी चाहिए। कौन है? योगेश? ठीक है, ये क्लियर है? So I will give you one more question. ठीक है, suppose there are 5 transactions, ठीक है, TID are given 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Items are bread, milk, bread, diaper, beer, eggs, milk, ठीक है, these are the transaction ID and these are the items, ठीक है। Now we have to formulate the rules. Rules are milk implied Coke. Second rule is bread implied milk. Then next rule is milk, diaper implied beer. Bread, diaper implied. These are the rules. You have to calculate support, confidence and lift. इसे करो। Is this visible? Raksha, is this visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These are the transaction IDs, these are items, and these are the rules. Milk implied Coke, bread implied milk, milk and diaper implied beer, and beer and diaper implied bread and diaper implied beer. So you have to calculate support, confidence, and lift. So these are the 2 questions that may come in examination, along with the definition of what is association rule, right? What is confidence, support, and lift, and the one numerical will come in examination, right? इसको करो और आंसर बताओ मेरे को फटाफट। किसी से भी पूछ सकता हूँ रैंडमली। ठीक है, बहुत इजी है, आपने सिर्फ काउंट करनी है वैल्यूज और आपका आंसर आ जाएगा सीधे। What is the support value for milk implied Coke?
2/5.
2/5.
2/5 is the correct answer. ठीक है. What is the support value for bread implied milk?
3/5.
3/5.
4/5.
3/5. 4/5. 3/5. हाँ, so देख लेना ढंग से.
3/5 है सर.
हाँ 3/5 है. तुम तो क्लास में भी थे.
यस सर, तभी तो बोल रहा हूँ.
ठीक है.
मतलब एग्जैक्ट आंसर.
ठीक है. मिल्क डायपर इन कॉम्बिनेशन. ठीक है, दोनों चीजें हैं. इम्प्लाइड बियर
2/5.
2/5. Bread diaper in combination of beer. Let me ask some other
2/5.
students.
2/5.
2/5. ठीक है, 2/5 is correct. Now calculate the confidence value. Milk implied Coke. What is the confidence? अनिकेत भारती बताओ. अनिकेत. What is the confidence value of rule milk implied Coke? बताओ अनिकेत. ओके, सत्यजीत बताओ. चलो, औरों का कितना आ रहा है कॉन्फिडेंस?
So 5/4.
5/4 नहीं,
1/2.
1/2. ठीक है, 1/2. लिफ्ट इज 5/4. ठीक है, 1/2 इज करेक्ट आंसर. ठीक है. ब्रेड इम्प्लाइड मिल्क
3/4.
3/4. ठीक है. मिल्क एंड डाइपर इन कॉम्बिनेशन इम्प्लाइड बियर
2/3.
2/3. ठीक है. ब्रेड एंड डाइपर इन कॉम्बिनेशन इम्प्लाइड बियर. व्हाट इज द कॉन्फिडेंस?
सर 2/3.
2/3. नाउ कैलकुलेट लिफ्ट वैल्यू. ठीक है, ये थोड़ा इसमें टाइम लगेगा लिफ्ट वाले में. हाँ, कितना है लिफ्ट वैल्यू फॉर फर्स्ट रूल?
फाइव बाय फोर
5/4.
5/4, ठीक है। देन लिफ्ट वैल्यू फॉर सेकंड, ये कैलकुलेट करो। आप सेकंड वाले फॉर्मूले से निकालना तो जल्दी होगा। कॉन्फिडेंस आपको पता है और आपने सिर्फ डिवाइडेड बाय सपोर्ट ऑफ मिल्क करना है। इसमें देखो कॉन्फिडेंस 3/4 है इनटू सपोर्ट ऑफ मिल्क, देखो
15/16.
हाँ 15/16,
15
Yes, sir.
15/16.
ठीक है। अब मिल्क डाइपर इन कॉम्बिनेशन इम्प्लाइड बियर 2/3 तो आपको पता ही है कॉन्फिडेंस, ठीक है। इनटू आप सपोर्ट ऑफ बियर देखो अब कितना है,
10/9.
हाँ 10/9, ठीक है 10/9। देन इसका बताओ, देखो इसका भी सेम ही होगा क्योंकि वैल्यू सेम है
Yes, sir. Beer
है
का
ना,
same.
10/9 ही होगा, ठीक। तो एग्जाम में ऐसा ही आएगा, बस रूल हो सकता है रूल चेंज हो जाए, बाकी क्वेश्चन इन दोनों में से कोई एक आ जाएगा, ठीक है। विथ डेफिनेशन, व्हाट इज एसोसिएशन रूल, सपोर्ट क्या होता है, कॉन्फिडेंस क्या होता है, लिफ्ट क्या होता है, ठीक है। तो इतना आ गया ना समझ में।
Yes, sir.
तो नेक्स्ट वी विल डू एप्रियोरी एल्गोरिथम इन नेक्स्ट क्लास, ठीक है। उसमें देखेंगे, उसमें भी एक न्यूमेरिकल है और एक एल्गो है, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट क्लास में वो देख लेंगे हम, ठीक। बट ये आप एक तो फॉर्मूला याद कर लेना और बाकी आप कैसे काउंट करते हैं इसे, ठीक है, और रूल कैसे लगता है वो देख लेना आप, ठीक है। किसी ने रिकॉर्ड करा था सेशन?
सत्यजीत.
सत्यजीत ने रिकॉर्ड करा है सेशन, चलो ठीक है ठीक है, कोई नहीं, औरों के लिए काम आ जाएगा ना। ठीक है, तो यहीं पर ही एंड करते हैं क्लास।